Afternoon, welcome to another session, or shall I say another episode of Warrior TV. My name's Adam Deval, the mental health warrior, and I'm joined for the first time by Luke Bates. Welcome.
Nice to be invited to the YouTube channel, mate.
Welcome. Now, obviously, my phone's been, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, God. See, this phone, it's just doing whatever it wants. I'm just leaving it as that. I don't care.
Yeah. You look great anyway, mate. You look great.
Hey, doesn't matter about the looks. So, I'm going to start with some quick fire questions for you, and then we'll dive right into it. So, I'm going to say tea or coffee?
I'm drinking coffee now. Yeah, I'll go coffee.
Yeah. Summer or winter?
Summer.
Rugby or football?
Football.
Okay. Cats or dogs?
It's a tough one. I've got 3 cats and I've got a dog at my mum's.
All right, and who's the most annoyingness?
Dog. There we go.
We got a last one. I'm going to say, who are you up for in the Euros?
England.
No.
Fat chance, but
No, I'm not.
I've got to support them. I can't support anyone else. It's England.
I'm not for them.
But if it ain't them, France. They're a top team, aren't they?
Who knows? I'm just following one team. That's all.
Is that England? Yeah.
No, it's actually Scotland.
Oh. Yeah. My friend's Scottish. She's well, tonight we'll see. We'll see where that goes.
Exactly.
8 o'clock tonight.
8 o'clock tonight. So, for the viewers, just tell us a little bit about who Luke Bates is and what he does.
So I work with young people's mental health as a support worker. Obviously, the only thing we really do is just impact their positive lifestyle. So, I use a lot of my, I train lads with boxing. I use my fitness, and I use obviously I was in the army, so I go out into the mountain, go out into the hills and that, and we go for walks, just try and get them outdoors, get them out their comfort zone, and try and establish a positive lifestyle for them, really. And
yeah. So, what was your child? Let me get it out. What was your child like?
Childhood like? Yeah, it was so obviously I was diagnosed with ADHD when I was 10, and also I had a lot of people, whether it be school teachers or whatnot. I'll be at school. Let's say I'm being a little bit silly. They'll just say, "Have you took your tablets today?" Trying to demoralise me. Let's say. And then obviously the kids would have, look at you and be like, you're the kid with pills, etc., etc. And obviously, you just your self-esteem's dropped, and then you start becoming that person because that's what everyone expects you to be. So you're actually going way off schedule of who you actually are, and then trying to form your own identity. Whilst you're getting people saying that kind of stuff towards you, and then obviously I grew up in quite a deprived area, so playing around as kids, having a laugh, getting into trouble as we normally do, and then obviously around about the age of 19, I joined a boxing gym where my self-esteem just boom.
Yeah.
Skyrocketed, because I was in control then of what I wanted to be.
Yeah. Let's talk about that ADHD. What age was you diagnosed?
I think it was around age 10, and I was on
Age 10.
ritalin for 3-4 years.
Yeah. Like, did you know you had it before then? Or your parents?
No, I think what it was, you know, obviously my dad left the home, and then my behaviour changed. I think that was just what it was. You know, I'm not. I don't really say I've got ADHD. I've never have. You know, I've always.
Labels in it.
Yeah, it's just a label. You know, I think I've just. You know, I've still got the same energy levels, but obviously they're a bit more contained. Obviously, I'm 28 now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally, I think it's just a label.
Absolutely.
And, I did like that, you know what I mean? And then obviously when you got people saying, "Have you took your pills?" You know, making you sound like you're, you know, you're a little bit wacky. You know, that's what they were trying to insinuate. And
It is.
yeah,
It is. It pissed me off a little bit. That does.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Because obviously when I was growing, you know, we never had internet in the house till we were 16. So you know, obviously got away with all that kind of stuff. You know, for kids nowadays, you know, they're self-diagnosing themselves. So the young people we look after, you know, he's come down the stairs and gone, "Oh, I've got bipolar, I've got this, I've got that." You know, he's looking at the internet. He's just trying, you know, they're self-diagnosing themselves and stuff. And I'm like, just be yourself. You don't need a label.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So obviously that stigma, well, no could about it. It would have been traumatic with all that bullying you received.
Oh no, I wouldn't say I was like bullied. I'd just say because obviously I nipped that in the bud straight away. You know, I come from quite a wacky family, so you know I was raised and to look after myself. So I'd always cancel that out as soon as possible. But you know, I've had those comments where you know obviously my behaviour would change one day. You know, I'm a little bit energised. A teacher would have you took your pills, and then you just hear the sniggers and the you know a couple of kids say a few things, and then you know you become that person. Then you're like, all right, you want to see that? We'll do that. And then obviously you start losing your identity a little bit, and then
yeah, absolutely,
yeah.
Absolutely. So so obviously you said that you joined the military.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? I'm trying to get the right word out. What influenced you to join them?
So I did public services at college, and I think I was a little bit interested in it. You know, none of my family members have ever been in it. You know, I've got quite a, you know, I've done boxing and stuff like that, so I like combat, etc., etc. And then I just thought, you know, I was working in a factory, and I just, you know, I weren't getting out of my comfort zone, and I don't like, you know, I like being out of my comfort zone, growing as a person. You know, personal development is everything. You know, because you know, life is a journey, so let's live it.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know, the only person that's going to make these chances and opportunities is myself. So I joined the army. You know, and I learned loads. You know, it was 50-50, half good, half bad. You know, I learned a lot through the discipline.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah, because I've never joined the military or the army or anything like that, so I won't know what that is.
yeah. That's it's a different lifestyle. It's took me. I've been out since October, and it's took me a little while to adjust back to civilization.
I need to connect you with someone that is actually a veteran, but obviously lives in America.
Yeah.
So yeah, I need to connect you to. I really do.
Well, to be fair,
yeah. What was that?
No, when I went to America, I got more military discount in America than I do here. Yeah.
That's for another conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, how long was you in the military for?
So I did 4 years.
4 years.
So from 2016 till October 2020. I lived in Yorkshire, Chester, and then I travelled to Falklands, which the weather is horrendous out there. One minute it's sunny, the next it's 100 miles per hour wind and rain. It's
Jesus.
yeah, it's pretty tough terrain out there. And then obviously I went to Germany, another cold part of Germany. It was like minus 18 one morning. Ain't going to Paderborn again. And then obviously in my last 2 years, I lived and worked in Cyprus. So got plenty of sunshine.
Absolutely. It's not like that here. It's like where I am, it's like you get about a week of sun, then you get about a month of rain.
Well, where I live in Telford, it's just grey clouds everywhere, and I think that's what's. I come back and I think so my mood dropped. I think I was missing that vitamin D, that sunshine. And obviously England's got none of that, and I think that's. I felt the effect of that. Yeah. So it just shows how important vitamin D is in our lifestyle.
Absolutely. So let's talk about your challenges, because mental health is really severe these days.
Yeah.
And people need to really take it serious. So what age was you actually diagnosed with these challenges? And what was your response?
So obviously age of 10 with those, the ADHD.
Yeah.
Then obviously, people, all school teachers saying certain stuff like that too. You're also going to become a little bit more inward, and I think I've suffered with like anxiety and depression all my life. I still do. I still have my bad days, but I make sure I've got a routine now. I've got a routine which I do in the morning.
Yeah.
Which I start my day, and it just puts me in that positive mindset. And I think if I didn't join the army, because the army made me, it forced you to get out of bed when you didn't want to get out of bed. So I think if I didn't have that kind of lifestyle for 4 years, I probably would be in a little bit of trouble, as most people are. And I've proven it to myself for 4 years that I can get out of bed when I really don't want to get out of bed, or when I am struggling. Towards the end of my army career, I was having anxiety attacks. I was sleeping for 1 hour a day. I'd walk into the gym and just be shaking and walk back out for 20 minutes. And I was struggling a little bit with that. I think that was just stress. And
do you know what the trigger was for any of this?
So obviously when I was a little bit younger, here's Diego. When I was a little bit younger, around about the age of 8, I was like coerced off the streets, and basically a fella obviously was trying to give us some sweets, etc. We've gone up to these flats, and I've always listened to my intuition. At the age of 8, I've just broke away from this fella, and but there was another kid, and obviously he got tucked inside, and I listened to the abuse and stuff like that. So that really, I've been putting that into I was holding that off for quite a while. So something like that, just hearing. But obviously I wasn't the one that got abused. It was the young one that did. I can't actually remember who he was, but just listening to it was pretty thingy. And then that obviously that affects you, and then a lot of my behaviours then was out of fear. So I did a lot of stuff out of fear. Now I understand that, I've changed my thought process and how I do things and how I see it. So that was one of them, and then obviously the kids and stuff like that, and then growing up with certain people in my childhood, you see a few things, and that can change your mindset as well in the way you look at stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, because you're gaining that resilience.
Of course, yeah. And obviously in the military as well, mental health is a huge thing. A lot of my friends suffer with mental health, and being around that. That's when I started taking up that care side. I think my last year, I was helping the lads out, even though I was struggling myself, but I could see they were struggling a little bit more, because they're away from their families, young lads. Obviously, I had my wife with me, so I had the luxury of one person.
Yeah.
So, I was very grateful of that. The young lads, they're locked up in a room, which is, the size of a prison room pretty much, and they're away from their families and, substance abuse, etc. And obviously they need someone to talk to, and, I'd like to think, I helped a few people out like that. I still do. I still chat to lads. And that's what got me into that care then. I thought this is quite natural. So and then I went to the health and social care, working with independent adults. And then obviously I've moved on to working with young people. And yeah.
Absolutely. So let's talk about that, your boxing club you've started up. Because obviously you use that challenge, your pain as well, to influence people.
Yeah, so all I do, I take my my knowledge of like instructing and coaching, and I take it to the young people, and I just try and demonstrate how we can impact our lives through fitness. Really, you know what I mean? Because a lot of these kids, they're not very well educated because they have not been to school. It's not to say they're not intelligent, it's just they haven't been to school. But so their self-esteem is low, and I can see a lot of myself in them. Whether they've got ADHD, anything like that, or they've been labelled or this or that. The young lad we look after now, he turned up and he was like, "Look, I just want to be classed as a normal 16-year-old." I'm like, and that's the way we'll treat you. You know what I mean? It says you're not a label to us. We don't look at you and go, "He's that." Get to know as a person. I'll start taking him on the boxing. And the other staff members say how well we interact with each other, because obviously that boxing gives them that sense of achievement. You can also, so sense of achievement and that self-esteem. So he could be sat in his room for 2-3 hours, or he can come downstairs for an hour, do a good workout, feel good about himself. And obviously the way I coach people, it's all about giving you that positivity. And then, he cracks on with the rest of his day then in a good mood and good mindset.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And like people think, with boxing, it's, teaching it to young people in care, it's probably, is that the thing to do? But it is, it's taking that stress off them, that anger, whatever's built up inside them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because
go on.
Because a lot of them, feel like they've been screwed by the system. So they're very angry, and obviously as support workers, you're on the front line, so you're the ones getting it in the neck. So, I just get the boxing gloves out, release that anger, they feel good. One of them say, "I only want to do it for 10 minutes, Luke." 10 minutes turns to an hour, they enjoy it, they have good fun. But, it's not just boxing that we can just do that with, that'll be walking, anything active.
Yeah. So obviously with your anger, because clearly you must have seen things when you was in the military, from being in Germany or the Falklands, just some of the things you've seen.
Oh no, I've never been on like a combat tour.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I've never been on a combat tour, so I can't say anything about that.
Fair enough.
I'm lucky not to, in a sense.
Yeah. Will you in time?
No, that's me done. I'm out of the army. I'm a civilian now. Peace and love.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, you do an absolutely great job with what you do to give back to the community.
Yeah. I don't know where to go in terms of the next part of my career. Because obviously I'm still just adapting and seeing where things go. But I'm quite stable where I am now, and I enjoy it. And that's the main thing, you're just trying to impact a young person's life for the 12 hours you're there for.
Absolutely.
And build good relationships with them, and hopefully they can then move on to their next life or the next part of their chapter.
Yeah.
With a more positive and happier mentality.
Yeah, absolutely. Just hang on a minute. I think door's just gone. Hang on.
Is it Amazon?
No. Nope, it wasn't door. Apologies for that.
That's all right, mate.
Yeah, so yeah, it's all about letting the anger out, but in the right way.
Yeah.
So yeah, because people turn to crimes when they want to let the anger out, and it's what you achieving.
Or they turn to substance abuse, which I've done. Obviously, when I was 13, I was smoking raw stuff like that. It's nothing big, nothing. And obviously that carried on. Just trying to escape my reality. But really, I've used health and fitness throughout my whole life. That is my escape. That is my drug. That is my substance. And obviously this is where I can relate to these kids because I've been there and I've done it.
Yeah. So let's talk about the time you turned to substance abuse. Like, obviously we don't want to know what you took, but like what impact did it actually have on your life?
It's well, you're altering your state of consciousness, so of course that's going to be a very negative impact on your life. Whether it be paranoia, substances enhance what's already there. Certain ones do. So if you're feeling low and you smoke something, I believe that enhances what's already there. So that's detrimental. Recently, obviously, my friend passed away in February through suicide. I went back to those old methods, where I was abusing a few substances. It just affected my mindset. It affected everything. I started falling off my fitness. I'm quite a positive person. I started being a bit of a, I'm not asked about life kind of thing. So.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So obviously, I'm quite a powerful-minded person, and I threw them out. Got rid of that. Got rid of the certain circle I was with as well. So obviously, leaving the military, you lose those types of friendships.
Yeah.
You surround yourself with other people. Some of them are good, and some of them ain't so good. And obviously, if you've got substance inside you, you don't know what's right. You don't know what's right or wrong. What reality you're actually in.
Absolutely. So obviously, what's next for Luke? Like, where do you see yourself in 2 years' time?
Hopefully, just leading people, showing them, through health and fitness, basic routines in the morning, and sorry, my cat.
You should do your own podcast videos.
It's something, Obviously, I've just left the army, so I'm just still trying to get the grips with what I actually want to do. But I work well with people, especially in a face-to-face environment, and actually being in the room with them. I've also got a guitar here as well, and I bring that into work, and I try and.
So you can play?
I'll play a little bit, yeah.
Oh yeah, what can you play?
Well, I only write my own music, play my own melodies, but "Sonnet" by The Verve.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I think that's the only song I know. "Sonnet" by The Verve. Yeah.
Fair enough.
But obviously, I bring this into work as well, which is great for the kids, because obviously music's a great outlet, great escape for most people. And obviously bringing this into them, and as soon as you start learning how to chord change and stuff like that, learn how to create. Here's the other kitten.
But even then, even pets can help with gaining resilience as well.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 10 minutes a day apparently reduces anxiety.
What, stroking a pet?
10 minutes a day.
Yeah. Stick on your shoulder.
Do you know what? My partner needs to see this video because she's a cat person.
Well, we lost our cat a few weeks ago. I think it was in May. And then obviously we got an extra 2 kittens. Because obviously the other cat was missing the company, so as we were as well. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
So, will you be writing a book at any point?
Actually, I'm in. I do journal. I do journal my things. So that's something I do in the morning. So I've got a little journal there, and obviously I've got my habits, which I do in the morning. So I have a cold shower every morning. It sounds off-putting at first, but start off for like 15, 20 seconds, and then you build into it. And before you know it, you're having cold showers. And that's great for like. Yeah, they're awesome, especially for like anxiety and depression. I couldn't recommend it enough to most people. And just shocking the body, waking it up, making you feel alert. And then I journal first, so I write down my thoughts in the morning or what I want to achieve, so I can look back at that in the evening when I journal. And look if it sets me up. I also stretch or do mobility in the morning. So we've got a muscle. There's a psoas muscle there, and it's actually your fight or flight response. It's attached to your fight or flight response.
Yeah, fight or flight. Yeah.
Yeah. So the psoas muscle is connected to that, and obviously we don't stretch that enough. And I only found out this maybe about a week and a half ago through a podcast. David Goggins. Have you ever heard of him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he talks about that. He was talking about that. He was having he shaves his head every day, and he's been stretching the psoas muscle, and the swelling was going down in his head. And then I've shown a few people that suffer with really bad anxiety, and they said straight away their heart rate just went boom straight down. They were proper chilled, and they were to have a really good night's sleep. So I stretch that every day. As soon as I wake up, and just mobilise my body. Once you start feeling loose and good, you're ready for a day. And then I'll take my supplements in the morning. I'll take like maca root and ginseng, and they're great for like enhancing your mood and lowering your cortisol levels. So when you lower your cortisol levels, everything else improves. Cortisol levels, obviously your stress. Obviously I drink water all day, every day. Then obviously journaling. So writing my thoughts down and what I've done well in the day and what can I improve on. I think a lot of people need to do this because it's a brain dump. It's releasing a little bit of anxiety if you've got throughout the day.
Absolutely. And
then before you know it, you're writing on the laptop as well. And like you said about that book, I've started writing and I sent a little draft out to my friend who's a doctor. He enjoyed the first part of it, and I'm looking at maybe writing something about personal development and a journey of self, through real life experience, not university, college, and from a book.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But that's probably in like 10 years time or something. I'm only 28. I need to slow down a little bit. I'll keep 100 miles per hour.
So, last question is: if you came across someone that has just come out of the military and wants support, what piece of advice would you give them?
obviously go to your nearest. Well, go to the helplines. I think SAFA, or basically just go on the internet, type it in. You need support. Speak to someone first. I've got friends that have left the military at the same time as I have. They've spoken to me. I've spoken to them. They've also rang up helplines. Speak to a professional first. If you don't feel that works, because you're used to that close knitted, speak to someone and just the thing is with the military. Come up with it there. I mentioned it to a few of the lads that are left. It's a bit boring when you come out. We used to traveling the world, 100 miles per hour. You're doing fitness in the morning. So straight away your endorphins are released. You feel good, regardless if you like the session or not. You feel good. Most of the time you haven't got hot water, so cold showers. You just lost that routine. So maintain a routine when you get out. You should be okay. You really should be okay. But if you are, again, I've not been on a combat tour, so I don't have certain mental health issues as some people do. Do seek help. Do talk about it. It really does help. Don't sit alone, and stay away from substance abuse. Stay away from that. You don't need it.
Yeah, and on that note, thank you for coming on.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, you're most welcome. Welcome.
Yeah, it's the first time I've done something like this, so a little bit nervous, but.
Hey, you don't need to be. I'm down to work.
Yeah, man. I know.
Absolutely. And to all the viewers, thanks for tuning in. Whether it's now, whether it's on replay, thank you. And please join not me, but my partner on Monday, as we discuss PTSD. So have a great weekend, all.
Nice one. Catch you later, buddy.
Bye.